Hello, Sanford, and it is time to hashtag defend the den. I am Jonathan West, and you're listening to the Sanford Sports Radio as the Sanford College Coyotes host the Toledo Rockets today in the first MAC conference game of the season. And it is going to be big here in Sanford City Stadium as the Coyotes got a big win last week against Georgia State. They're 1-3 on the season, and they need a big W here today. Now, between what coaches think and what fans think is a lot different here today, as a lot of fans were calling for the start of freshman Tanner Patrick. Coach Wolf has made the decision after seeing both men in practice this week. He has decided to let Parker Dillon continue to start. So Dillon will get the start here this week. But if he doesn't play well, I think that short leash is going to be coming off, and I think Tanner Patrick could get a chance. However, that all depends on this week as we get ready to get things underway. Here is Tracy Weaver will kick us off as Art Tompkins, the man to return this one. So he's got room to run. Right up the middle he goes, and that's going to be a big 30-yard gain for Tompkins. Man to watch for Toledo is wide receiver Cody Thompson. He had a big day last game. So we'll see how this Toledo offense rolls as 1st and 10 in the shotgun. As Julian takes it out of shotgun, he's going to take off early. He gets stopped quickly. Michael Julian only gets a yard as Elliott Flowers was the man to grab him by the toes. 2nd and 9. Julian to throw this time. He throws on the run. That's Heath Haley, interception. He breaks off of a tackle. 5 touchdowns, Sanford. That is the first career pick and pick 6 for young Heath Haley. Congratulations, kid. What a big play to start the day off. It's 7-0 early as Michael Julian needs to make something happen for Toledo as Cody Thompson gets his first reception. It's a 2-yard screen. 2nd and 8 now, still in that shotgun as they go no huddle. Julian to throw for another screen. This one's to Terry Swanson, the running back. And he's showing some power, fighting for yardage up to the 33. That's a 27-yard gain. 1st and 10 as the no huddle continues. Shotgun formation, and they go back to Terry Swanson as he goes up the middle for a gain of 13 and another new set of downs as they've entered the red zone. As 1st and 10, and they'll be moving back as there's going to be a false start penalty called. So move them back, and Sanford's defense will be proud to watch them go 5 yards back. 1st and 15 out of the shotgun. Michael Julian to throw. And he tosses that one to the sidelines. That's going to mean 2nd and 15 upcoming. Good coverage by everyone around. 2nd and 15, Julian to throw. And he connects with Tompkins, but down he goes quickly. Put everything into cruise control. As Richard Cruz was the man on that tackle. 3rd and 19. Julian deep to the end zone. And somehow John Vay Johnson got behind the defense. John Vaya Johnson with a big touchdown as it's all tied up 7 apiece. Sanford gets their first clutches on offense, and it's a 1st down there for Herb Fellows on the quick pass. Got just enough for the 10 yards. 1st and 10, and all eyes are on Parker Dillon to see how he performs as Claude Fleming gets the handoff. He'll take it up for a gain of 3. The freshman has had a solid season so far. 2nd and 7 now in the shotgun. They go play action. Dillon finding a wide open Harrison Frazier. 31-yard reception. And that's the big play this offense loves to see. As they're showing a replay of this one on the board here in the stadium. And that just looks beautiful. Great connection there to Frazier by Dillon. 1st and 10 now in the offset eye. Dillon hands it off to Fleming, and Fleming finds room. That's going to be a 9-yard gain. That's a big one there for the young runner. 2nd and 1, deep in the red zone they are as the pitch goes out to Nigel McTaggart to give a little spell to Claude Fleming, but he loses 3. I'm not even going to try and pronounce the name of that tackler. That is a difficult one. I apologize to him for not saying his name. It's play action on 3rd and 4. Dillon to the end zone. Duron Costello. What a grab by Costello, the big tight end, with the hell of a grab. And luckily, we're going to get to see the replay here in the stadium, and that is just beautiful. Toe tapper indeed. Antonio Holmes in the NFL would be jealous of that one. 1st and 10 here in the shotgun. Michael Julian as Toledo tries to respond. He connects with John Vea Johnson. Another big play for Johnson. He's having a solid start to this game. 1st and 10 as the no huddle continues here. Julian to throw. He hooks up with his man. That's Denzel McKinney-Lewis. What a name. 2nd and 7 as Julian hands off to Terry Swanson. And Swanson with enough for the 1st down at around the 45. 1st and 10 here after the Swanson 1st down. They go to the option. Julian taking off. And he fights his way up for 14 and another new set of downs. They're wearing down this defense. You can see it. As 1st and 10 here, Julian taking off again. And he is finally brought down. But that was another good run. 18 yards. Turner, the man who brought him down. 1st and 10 once again, and Julian finds running room into the end zone. 14-yard touchdown run for Michael Julian. It's about to be a tied game once again, folks. This is just back and forth. If you're a fan of offense, this is the game to listen to. 1st and 10 for Sanford. That's Claude Fleming going up the middle. 8-yard gain as the young man's had a good start to the season, and his career with Sanford looks to be bright. 2nd and 2, they go back to the ground, but Fleming is hauled up after only a gain of 1. Doesn't get much more than that. 3rd and 1 now as Dillon goes right back to Fleming. They went run. What a little possession there. That's an interesting thing. We haven't seen that a lot from this offense. Now they go to the air, and that is Rob Thomas, 18-yard 1st down. 1st and 10 as Dillon looks to throw, connects with Tremaine Dangle, and somehow he gets out of trouble. That's a 15-yard 1st down. Great play by Tremaine Dangle. As it's 1st and 10, they go back to the air again. A lot of passing coming now. 18 yards for Herb Fellows. As 25 seconds remain here in the 1st, they go back to the ground. Claude Fleming finds room, and he is brought down a yard short of the end zone. They'll take it at the 1 now, 1st and goal. 1st and goal from about the 1 or 2 yard line as they pitch out to Nigel McTaggart. Good blocks. Touchdown Sanford, and you can't end the 1st quarter any better way than a touchdown. And folks, you are not dreaming. Sanford fans, do not change the knob on your radios. No, indeed. This is legit. Into the 1st quarter. It's 21-14. Sanford's on top. You're listening to Sanford Sports Radio. The 2nd quarter will be here in just a bit. Welcome back, everyone, to the Sanford Sports Radio. I am Jonathan West, and this is the 2nd quarter of play beginning as that is Denzel McKinney-Lewis, 12-yard reception. Toledo has the football. It's 21-14, Sanford on top, though. Julian to throw. He's trying to run, but he is brought down. Big Joe Irvin, the freshman, gets his 2nd sack of his Sanford career there. So he just drags down Michael Julian single-handedly as Shane Townsend came in there at the end of it all. 2nd and 12 here. Julian in a 5-wide set. He looks to throw. No, he's taken off. He's got room as he gets past Turner, and that is a huge run, fighting for even more. Already 100 yards for this Toledo offense on the ground. 76 of it from Michael Julian as it's 1st and 10 and the no huddle continues. Julian to throw this time, and he connects with Richards over the middle, as that's a 20-yard reception for tight end Darrell Richards. First and 10 here. As they stay in the shotgun, they go option. Down goes Julian, though, after a 4-yard gain, as that was Ronnie Hansen that was on top of him. 2nd and 6 now, as still in the shotgun formation, Julian to throw. To the back of the end zone, that's Richards' 13-yard touchdown. I'm sorry I called him a tight end before. He is a wide receiver. He's built like a tight end, though, from the looks of things up here in the box. I'll tell you that much. But that is a big touchdown for Toledo, and it looks like he does have a foot in bounds. I'm seeing it on the replay, and it does stand, as that is going to tie it all up as they go back to the ground game to Sanford, and it's only a 2-yard gain for Claude Fleming. 21-21, all tied up. 2nd and 8, as that ball is intercepted. Frazier gets the pick, as it was Fellows who was the intended target. But Candy Frazier just stayed in line with that football. I would have checked it down to Costello if I had been in the shoes of Parker Dillon. Luckily, I'm not. But he went for the play to the big man, but didn't get it. As Julian now gets a chance, as there's Denzel McKinney-Lewis, 30-yard touchdown reception. It took just one play after the interception for Toledo to take the lead. They're now up a touchdown over Sanford, and that is huge. 1st and 10 here for Sanford, as they have to now rebuttal after throwing an interception, that leading to a Toledo touchdown. Dillon on the run, throws off his back foot, and it goes nowhere but incomplete. 2nd and 10 now is Dillon under center. He's going to hand off to Claude Fleming. Fleming with some room. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. Makes it a manageable 3rd and 4 now. So this will give them an opportunity at a 1st down. 3rd and 4, Dillon under center. He'll drop back. Connects with Deron Costello, and that is a 1st down reception. 12 yards and a big 1st down for the Coyotes. This offense has to find their rhythm and keep it going. It hasn't been a bad day so far for Dillon. Only 2 incompletions, one being a pick, as there's another completion. 20 yards over the middle to Herb Fellows. As 1st and 10 here, Dillon rolling out after play action. He finds Rob Thomas, and Thomas has enough for the first. 13-yard reception, and this offense is rolling. They have found the rhythm here on this drive. As in the pistol, handoff. No, it's option for Dillon. He's got running room. Up 5. Touchdown, Sanford. Parker Dillon, 25-yard touchdown. My God, what a run. 1st and 10 here now for Toledo, as it's all tied up 28 apiece again. 28 points scored by Sanford. Unbelievable, as Terry Swanson gets a screen going his way. He'll take it up 9 yards. 2nd and 1 here in the shotgun as the no-huddle continues for Toledo. And they'll go to the option for Michael Julian. He gets dragged down, but not till he gets just enough for the first. Shane Townsend, the man that pulled him down. 1st and 10 in the no-huddle still, as Julian to throw. Looking for an open man, but he is brought down. Elliott Flowers, the man who will get credited for that sack, and Shane Townsend kind of helped him out there at the end to keep him down. As what a big play there. He'll lose 6 on that, as that will make it 2nd and 16 here for Toledo. Shotgun formation. They go back to the ground game, but they weren't fooled this time. Good night, Michael Julian. That's Trey McLaughlin. Say hi, as he'll gain 5 on that run. 3rd and 11, Julian to throw. He needs a big play. Deep ball. It's picked off. Richard Cruz put it back into cruise control, as the young man has just gotten his first career interception. It's something we talked all season last year about. Richard Cruz couldn't make the big play. He couldn't get the pick. He finally gets the pick, and that is enormous. 1st and 10 now for this Sanford offense. It's a 2-yard run here for Claude Fleming. I still can't get over the Richard Cruz interception as it's 2nd and 9. Dillon tried to connect with, I believe, Rob Thomas, but that is intercepted in the air as that is a big pick given back to Toledo as Tyler Taffe, the man with the interception. As a huge pick there, putting Toledo in great field position. 1st and 10 for Toledo, as they have the best field position of anybody all day to start a drive. It's Julian to throw. And what a play by Richard Cruz. I said it before, he's putting things into cruise control right now. That pick has got him fired up. 2nd and 10, shotgun formation for Toledo. Julian to throw, he connects with John Vea Johnson again. 18-yard reception, and that'll bring them very close to the goal line. As they are at the 3 to 4 yard line, 1st and goal, still in the shotgun. Handoff, no, it's an option as Julian is stopped just short of the end zone. A 2-yard gain. 2nd and goal. They're handing it off to Swanson, and he goes nowhere. Jason Turner, the man who brought him down. He had some help, though, but nonetheless, Turner brings him to the turf. 3rd and goal now, as Julian looks to throw. He can't find anyone, and there's Shane Townsend. He picks up a sack today, as that's going to force Toledo to kick field goal here. The kick is up, and it's off the uprights. It's no good. It's still tied up 28 apiece with a minute and a half remaining. This is unbelievable, folks. 1st and goal here. Dillon looks to throw. He connects with Dingle. That is a big play there. 2nd and 6 now after the 4-yard completion. And there, Dillon was looking for Costello as it gets knocked away once again by Taffe, the man who got the interception earlier. 3rd and 6, Dillon connects with Dingle. That's a big 1st down, 11-yard reception there. 1st and 10, Dillon goes play action here. He's looking to go deep, and he misses his man. I'm not sure if that was intended for possibly Tremaine Dingle or maybe Costello. I'm not sure. But nonetheless, incomplete is 2nd and 10. There's the hookup. That's her fellows, 18 yards. 35 seconds remain here. 2 timeouts for Sanford as Dillon connects on the screen with Fleming. But Fleming can't go anywhere. He'll be brought down at the line. 2nd and 10 after the timeout. Sanford looks to throw again. Across the middle, that's Rob Thomas. Thomas with enough for the 1st down. They're almost in Weaver field goal range. 1st and 10 as the no huddle begins here for Sanford. Dillon on the run. He connects with Fleming, but he can't hang on. That's 2nd and 10 upcoming. Shotgun formation on 2nd and 10. 16 seconds remain in the half. Dillon throws, and that bounces off the shins of the defensive back. 3rd and 10 now as Dillon has really just one chance to put him in field goal range, and that won't get the job done. So that one gets deflected away, and it will mean 4th and 10. They got to go to the end zone here. As Dillon chucks it up to the end zone, he goes, intended for Duran Costello, but that will be a turnover on downs. Initially 1 play left in this half. Toledo in the shotgun. Julian to throw. He's got time, but he goes down as it just leaves his hands, incomplete. Shane Townsend on the pressure. And that will take us to halftime, folks. All tied up at 28. You're listening to Sanford Sports Radio. Your second half is up after this. Welcome back, everyone, to the second half of play. As you are listening to Sanford Sports Radio, I'm Jonathan West. It's all tied up 28 apiece here as Sanford faces Toledo. And Lewis McMahon looking to change that as a great return up to about the 46-yard line. First and 10 here. Great field position to start for this offense. But Dylan falls down after a sack of 11 yards. Daniel Davis, the man that brought him down. That's a loss of 11. And that is a huge loss after great field position. So this is going to cost the offense. They're going to have to make the most out of this now. Second and 21. They're going to go back to the air. Is Dylan to throw. Goes to the sidelines, and that's nearly intercepted. Luckily, it wasn't, as the toe tap was made, just the ball didn't go into the hands. Third and 21. They need a big play here. Is Dylan on the move. Throws deep, and that's off the hands of Rob Thomas. That was a surefire first down, but off the hands of Thomas, and it will be a punt. First and 10 now for Toledo. Is Julian to run. He stiff arms his way past one man, but that is Stephen Young, who is able to make the play and bring him down. Second and 10, deep ball by Julian off the no-huddle offense, and Ronnie Hansen was there to deflect that one along with Dante McPherson. Third and 10 now is Julian to throw out of shotgun. He connects with Terry Swanson, but he won't get enough for the first. He'll be brought down just a yard short. First and 10 here now for Sanford. Nigel McTaggart takes the carry. That's a great carry up to near midfield, a gain of 8. Second and 2. As Dylan hands off to Fleming. Fleming finds room around that right side. That is a 7-yard gain. Big first down for Sanford as the Coyotes have started to roll here once again. First and 10 in the shotgun. Dylan looks to throw. Trying to find an open target to the sideline. He goes as it's intercepted, but luckily out of bounds. Robinson did not have a chance to bring a foot down. Second and 10 as the handoff goes to Fleming, but Fleming can only gain 2. It's been a very hit or miss day today with this running attack. Third and 8 in the offset eye. Dylan looks to throw. He connects with Antoine Bradford, but he can't hang on as he's tackled. That means 4th and 8. They're going to have to punt. And a beautiful pump by Sammy Carter. That thing is out at around the 6-yard line. Beautiful punt, Carter. As now Toledo is backed up inside their own 10. Julian hands off to Terry Swanson, and he is going to get a nice gain of 5 there. Puts them around the 10. That puts them a little bit out of harm's way. Second and 5 now, still in the shotgun are the Rockets. As Julian to throw. He connected with his intended target, but couldn't hang on to it. As third and 5. Shotgun formation, Julian to throw. He's looking to the sideline. That is Thompson. He brings it down, 14-yard reception, and that is going to be enough for the first. Toledo now out of trouble. First and 10 out of the shotgun, Julian to throw. He goes deep in a massive overthrow. I'm not sure who that was. It was his intended target, but Gibson was the closest man to that football. Second and 10, Julian looks to throw. Connects with McKinney Lewis, and that's going to be enough for about, I don't know, maybe a gain. I'm not sure if that was really even a gain at all. Third and 10. Julian, deep ball, and it's intercepted. Flash Gibson. The intended target was Thompson, but Gibson with the interception. Big situation now for Sanford as Gibson took that into Rockets territory. That is a huge play for Sanford. As if Thompson had gotten a hold of that one, he might have been gone, but Gibson played it extremely well. First and 10 now with just about 3 minutes left in the third. The handoff goes to Fleming, and Fleming takes it up for a gain of 4. Second and 6 now, I formation. They're going to keep it on the ground as Fleming takes it again. He gets just back to the line, not enough for any gain. Third and 6, man in motion served Fellows as Dylan is going to throw. Finding Duran Costello, and the big man is down right about at the 10-yard line. That is a big, big first down, putting them inside the red zone and putting them in another spot where they can score immensely here. As 1st and 10 in the offset eye, they've got McTaggart in the ball game, giving a spell to Fleming as he'll get the handoff and take it for no gain, just back to the line. 2nd and 10 now. Under center is Dillon as he's going to drop back. Dillon trying to roll out, getting away from pressure, but he can't get away enough. He is brought down for a loss of 10. That's Zach Quinn on the sack there. Dillon just trying to roll out, avoid the pressure, and maybe find a man open. No one was even over on that right side. 3rd and 20 here is Dillon to throw out of shotgun. To the end zone as he misses his intended target, which was Herb Fellows. They'll have to settle for a Tracy Weaver field goal. 31-28 after the Weaver field goal was up and good. And this will be the last play of the 3rd quarter as Julian takes off. Can't get enough for the first, but a big gain of 9 as at the end of the 3rd, it's 31-28. You're listening to Sanford Sports Radio. Sanford's on top. The final quarter of play will be here in just a bit. It's the 4th quarter, folks, as you're listening to Sanford Sports Radio. I am Jonathan West. It's 31-28, Sanford on top. And Toledo with the football, 5-yard gain by Terry Swanson, and a big first down. As 1st and 10 here for Toledo, they continue their no-huddle offense. And there's Cody Thompson again. He's had a solid day, nothing too special so far, but good receptions. As a 1st and 10 now after the Thompson first down. Swanson takes the carry as he goes down after a gain of 5. 2nd and 5 now. Julian in the pistol. He hands off to Swanson. He'll take it up the gut. That's going to be enough for the first down. 1st and 10. Julian to throw. He connects with McKinley Lewis, and that's going to be a gain of 8. Not the best catch, but a solid one as it looks like Swanson's down. Swanson has been taken off the field, and from all aspects I've been hearing, it doesn't look good for Toledo as down goes Michael Julian. That is Tremaine Dodd, the backup end. He was playing a little bit of defensive tackle there as a lot of guys are rotating in at different spots here on the defensive line here. Everyone's exhausted from that no-huddle offense. But a big sack there for Tremaine Dodd. 3rd and 10. As this is a big play for Toledo. No Swanson anymore. As Julian, there is Swanson. I'm sorry, the man who was injured was not Swanson. It was number 22, not 2. But now Terry Swanson is down. Just when things couldn't get worse. They've already lost one running back. Now they lose a second one. As Julian to throw here on 4th and 5. He connects with Johnson. That is John Vea Johnson. Haven't said his name for a bit. But a big first down, putting them nearly at the 5. 1st and goal here for Toledo. Handoff goes to Art Tompkins. He's the 3rd running back here we've seen as he gets a 2-yard gain. 2nd and goal as Julian hands back off to Tompkins. He fights off of Tremaine Dodd. Goes down there, though, as he's brought down by a number of Coyotes. 3rd and goal here. Shotgun formation. Julian with the option, and he finds pay dirt. Touchdown, Toledo. They'll take the lead back here in this ball game. That will give them a nice 4-point lead. 5.5 left in this ball game as Dillon to the screen for McTaggart. As McTaggart gains 7, it's a 4-point ball game. 35 Toledo, 31 Sanford. As Sanford's got to fight now to take this lead back. The handoff goes to Fleming. He'll get enough on 2nd down for the first. That's a 3-yard gain. 1st and 10. Dillon goes play action here. And he connects with Herb Fellows. Not the best gain, but a gain of 6. It's solid. 2nd and 4 now. Dillon looking to throw. He'll drop back. Going deep. That's Rob Thomas. 20, 15 down and around the 13-yard line. 45-yard reception for Rob Thomas as he just got behind the defense, and the arm of Parker Dillon was on display there. Just a beautiful throw right on the money to Rob Thomas. He has been shining this season. 1st and 10, Dillon under center in the I form. They go to McTaggart, continuing to give some more rest to Claude Fleming, and McTaggart only gets back to the line. 2nd and 10 now. Dillon still under center. Fleming back in the ball game as they go play action to the end zone. That is Tremaine Dingle. Touchdown, Sanford, and they will take that lead back. Nearly 300 yards today through the air for Parker Dillon, as this has been a huge game for this passing attack, as it's been a hell of a shootout. 37-35. The extra point was good. It's 38-35. Sanford on top as Julian connects with McKinley Lewis. That's a gain of 5 as he has had a solid day. 2nd and 5 now. Julian to throw once again. He'll connect with Richards. He got a touchdown earlier in the ball game. That's a 9-yard gain and a 1st down. 1st and 10 as Julian in the 5-wide set. He throws again to Richards, but he can't hold on this time. That'll fall incomplete. 2nd and 10. Shotgun formation. Julian to throw. As Richards, the intended target again, he catches this one, and that will be close to a first, but they won't give it to him. 3rd and inches, and they go on the option. That is Ronnie Jones on the run. The 4th running back we have said the name of today. 7-yard gain and a 1st. As shotgun formation, Julian throws the screen to Ronnie Jones as that's a 6-yard reception. Just over 2 minutes remain as Julian continues the no huddle. He connects with John Vea Johnson. That is another big 1st down reception, 16 yards. 1st and 10 here to Jones on the ground. That's a nice tackle by Gary Colvin as now Ronnie Jones is hurt. No running back can stay healthy for this Toledo offense. 2nd and 9. Julian misses his intended target as that will bring up 3rd down. A big stop here could happen for this Sanford offense. Julian to throw. He connects with Tompkins on the screen, and he is pushed out of bounds as a 6-yard gain. They'll have to settle here. The field goal unit out, but wait a minute, there's a flag. I think somebody jumped. Indeed, they did false start. That'll move them back. 4th and 8 now, and the offense is now on the field. 5-wide set. Julian to throw. As Michael Julian hooks up with Davis, he'll get enough for the 1st down at the 10. 13-yard gain. 1st and 10 here as this Sanford defense sets themselves up. Julian setting up another screen as White. That is not a running back, folks. That's a wide receiver as another flag has been thrown. And it will be clipping against Toledo. That'll move them back 15 now. 1st and 10. Art Tompkins back in the ball game as Julian checks down to Tompkins. That is 2nd and 18. 7-yard gain there. 2nd and 18 with a minute left in this ball game. Julian to throw out of shotgun. Hooks up with Tompkins. He is down about 3 yards short. That is a 15-yard gain. 3rd and 3. Julian in the shotgun. They hand off, and Gary Colvin was the man who got there first, brought him down. They will have to settle for a field goal. It's all tied up with 43 seconds left. Dillon play action. He throws, intercepted. Holloman for Toledo gets the pick. You have got to be kidding me. Are we sure this isn't just a flashback to every other game this season? A late game interception And now Julian gets the ball back in his hands as he finds Jonvea Johnson for a 6-yard gain. 22 seconds. As Julian wanted to throw, he takes a big hit from Tremaine Dodd, but gets the ball out of his hands. It falls incomplete. 3rd and 4. Big stop here needs to be made by the defense. Julian to throw. He's looking deep. You gotta be kidding me. Thompson got behind Cruz. 45-yard touchdown reception for Cody Thompson. 13 seconds left. There's 9 seconds remaining in this ball game. Dillon goes deep. And that is batted away. 2nd and 10. 1 play left. Dillon to throw off play action. Deep ball. Batted away and intercepted off the deflection by Covington. That's the ball game, folks. And that, it's just, I don't know what to say because this was Sanford's game to lose. They had the ball with less than a minute to go. Coach Wolf wanted the win, and I understand that. But this team could have settled for overtime and could have gotten a chance there. He could have even done some different plays, I'm sure. But to see this game end like every other loss this season, a late game interception. Now, I'm not going to call for Tanner Patrick to get the start, but I think today's game may make Coach Wolf look the way of Tanner Patrick after the bye week. Luckily, this team, once again, after a devastating loss like this, gets a bye week to recoup. They get a week to figure out what went wrong, what they need to do next. Hopefully they figure it out as they have got some more big games ahead of them. They need to find answers, and they have to find those answers quick. We won't be here for the bye week, but we will cover everything in week 8 that happened during the bye week, including any commits and all that fun stuff. So thank you, folks. You've been listening to Sanford Sports Radio. I've been Jonathan West. And it's another tough loss, but we will see you in week 8 as MAC play continues.